Alright, so if you're trying to sell a digital product and for whatever reason you're not getting the sales that you want to, this prompt is designed for you. This ChatGPT prompt is specifically designed to figure out why you're not getting sales on your digital product. So it's super simple, super beginner friendly, and you can get it from the description of the video or the pinned comment. Once you have it, you copy and you simply hit paste into ChatGPT like so. And as you can see here, this is what it looks like. It states, "You are my sales diagnosis strategist. Your job is to figure out why my product, service, or offer is not getting sales, then give me a clear fixed plan based on traffic, audience, offer, trust, pricing, messaging, and conversion issues." So there's more to this prompt, which you can go and edit if you like, but like I said, it's beginner friendly and ready to use as is. So I'm going to go ahead and click enter. And next, it is the intake part of the prompt. So what it's going to do is ask us a series of questions to understand what we're selling and what may or may not be going wrong. This is probably the most important part of using this prompt. So I recommend answering these questions as descriptively and honest as possible. That way you can get the most out of the prompt and actually figure out why you're not getting any sales. So I'm going to answer these questions with a proxy example that we've been using in a few of our videos, where it's about an anxiety recovery guide. And I'm going to go and answer these individually super quickly, and then we'll come back and go over them one by one super fast. That way I'm not going through each one and answering them, which would take way too long. So I'll be right back, and then we'll go through each of them super quickly. All right, so I went ahead and answered these intake questions, which we'll go over right now. So as you see here, it asks us, what are you selling? So I just said an anxiety recovery guide, like we've mentioned in several videos, at $49. And the buyer gets a 250-page guide based on personal experience, going into every single recovery principle, yada, yada, yada. Then then it asks, who is the exact buyer? I state, someone stuck in anxiety DPDR trying to recover and gain insight. Then it asks, what result or transformation are you promising? I said, not promising anything, just giving information that worked for me. Then it asks, where are you trying to sell it? I just said all short form platforms and some longer form YouTube. Then it asks, how much traffic or attention are you getting? I said on TikTok about 1K views each, with some that go a bit more viral, up to 60 to 300K views, on average 1K views. Then it asks, what is your current conversion path? I just said video to beacons to sales page. Then it asks, what objections or doubts do people have? I just said, I'm not sure, but perhaps price, trust. Then it asks, what proof do you currently have? I just said personal recovery and a few testimonials of people I've helped. What have you, then the intake question number 9 asks, what have you already tried to get sales? I said an email list of over 600 people with several emails sent, CTAs in the description and end of video. And then the final intake question asked to paste our current sales offer or sales page or product description. I just said I didn't have it and to build one because we are using a proxy example. So after all of that, once again, answering these questions as descriptively as possible will get you the most out of this prompt. I was kind of general. I gave a bit extra description than I usually do, but this is just to give you the gist. Answering as descriptive as possible and honest as possible will get you the most out of this. So then we see here, it says, I'll treat your current offer copy as missing and build the strongest version. So then it goes on and actually builds us a sales funnel diagnosis. So we see here a traffic problem. You have some traffic, but likely not enough for buyer intent traffic. Getting 1K average views is decent, and viral videos prove the topic can get attention, but views on anxiety DPDR content often come from people looking for reassurance, not necessarily ready to buy. Okay, so that's an important point. Likely issue. Content gets attention from scared people. CTA sends them to a general link hub. Link hub adds friction. Sales page has to do too much trust building alone. The traffic problem is not just get more views, it's get more of the right viewers to understand why the guide exists. So then it states an audience problem. Your buyer is currently a bit too broad. Someone stuck in anxiety DPDR trying to recover is accurate but not sharp enough for a sales copy. Better buyer definition. Someone with anxiety-driven DPDR who is overwhelmed, reassurance seeking, and giving us the whole gist as to what we can be doing better. Then we see here the offer problem. It states that the guide sounds valuable, but the offer angle is too information heavy. So current implied offer, 250-page anxiety recovery guide based on what worked for me. A better offer would be a clear lived experience recovery guide that explains the anxiety DPDR cycle, the principles that help me recover, and how to stop feeding the loop day by day. So this is something of how you can actually improve the offer that we're presenting. Then it gives us a messaging problem, what we can do to improve, a trust problem, how we can improve that, a pricing problem. Basically, it's not too high, it states, a conversion problem, and it goes over each of the things, what we can be doing to improve to actually get more sales. And then it gives us the final verdict. Main reason sales are low: trust and offer clarity. People likely believe your content, but they may not clearly understand why they should pay $49 for a guide instead of continuing to watch free videos. Secondary reason sales are low: the product may sound like information instead of a structured solution. 250 pages impressive, but the buyer needs to know what's inside, how it's organized, yada, yada, yada. What is not the main problem? It goes over all of these different things as we see here, and then provides a fixed plan that we can actually utilize. So for instance, what to change, why it matters, before, after, and all kinds of things we can actually implement to try and increase sales in this niche. As we see here, add what this helps, add this in, add trust proof immediately, fix this week, gives us an actual plan we can implement, add a table of contents preview, add an ethical disclaimer, rewrite CTAs in the videos, second one stronger email to your list. Basically, all kinds of things we can implement immediately to fix our offer, as I said, and hopefully get more sales. So here's a rewritten offer. It provides exactly what we should do. And you can go through all of that, and then a content to sales bridge. It provides like this is an in-depth prompt. It literally goes into every aspect of things you can implement and change immediately to make your offer better. So there's a content to sales bridge of what we can implement. Let's scroll down. Each of these things, it's literally just building it for us. Then finally, metrics to track for 7 days to see if this is actually working, and then things we can actually change in the case that it doesn't work. So while you're trying to improve your sales, you can always come back to the chat that you initially utilized the prompt in and tell it and update it and see what it says to change in order to improve further if things aren't working. Gives us a CTA that actually would be useful, the next 7 days sales test that we can implement immediately, and then finally, continue, change, or pause recommendation. It tells us that we should change. Do not pause the product. Do not lower the price yet. Do not assume people do not want it. Change the positioning, trust proof, CTA, and sales page first, then measure in 7 days. So as you can see, this prompt goes into incredible depths of the product you're offering. And like I said, when you provide more detail, it'll give you even more information on how you can improve if the sales aren't there yet. It'll actually help you do things in real time to change things that it acknowledges aren't good for sales for whatever reason. So once again, if you want this prompt, you can get it from the description of the video or the pinned comment. Once you have it, simply copy it, hit paste into ChatGPT, answer that series of questions as honestly and descriptively as possible, and then you'll be good to go on your way to getting more sales. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.